So this is my ECMP 355 summary of learning. So I wanted to start my summary of learning by showing what I knew before I took this class, or how I was using technology before. I got to experience technology entering into the classroom throughout my education, and I got to watch it sort of evolve. So we started with things like Kid Pics and All the Right Type, Math Circus, and we'd go down to the computer room once a week, and that's how we use technology. And I got to watch as it changed into actually having it into a classroom, using things like smartboards and laptops and iPads, and then even going farther and using programs such as iMovie and video recording equipment and actually making movies and things like that. I still use Internet Explorer, and the reason I used Internet Explorer is not because I thought it was so great or anything. It was because I was used to it, and this kind of shows how I used technology before this class. I stuck to things that I was used to, or that I knew how they worked, and I wasn't really trying new things when it came to technology. I didn't have a Twitter account. I actually had one a while ago, and then I deleted it because I didn't know how Twitter worked. I didn't understand hashtags. I didn't understand Twitter at all, so I just deleted it. I always wanted a blog, but I never knew how to start one. I tried to start one a couple years ago when I went to Germany, but I used a different site and it didn't really work, and I didn't like it, so I ended up not blogging, but now I'm happy with WordPress. I wasn't using technology to learn. I was using technology more to scroll through news feeds and see what my friends were doing or sharing things like that. But I wasn't really connecting with people or reading new things or trying to learn new things. It was more as watching Netflix or posting things to Facebook and things like that. Through ECMP 355, I've learned a lot. Some of the things are beneficial to me as an educator. Some are beneficial to my future classrooms. Some of the things I didn't actually expect to learn. And some of the things are beneficial to me just as a person. Things that will benefit me as an educator. So like I said before, I didn't use Twitter before this class, and now I do. And I would say I'm not a pro at it, but I've gotten used to it. I like the idea that you connect with people and you can see what people are doing in their classrooms all over the world, and it gives you a lot of ideas, and it doesn't limit you to your classroom or to your school or even your city. You really have a lot of support all over the world. EdTech tools, like I said before, I usually stuck to things I knew, and so by seeing different things or different programs that we can use and seeing how they work, it was really great because now I can see how I could use them in a classroom setting, and I'm not so scared to try new things. Google Plus, that was another thing that I had but I never used because I didn't understand it, and so now I can see how I can use it as an educator and how I can use it to learn. Feedly and WordPress, I love Feedly. I use it probably more than I use any of the other things we learned. I like just to read what other people are writing about or what other people think about certain topics, and I think it really has a lot of benefits, and it's educated me as an educator and has shown me different things that I never would have known if I didn't use Feedly. So things that I learned that will benefit my future classroom, like I said, those EdTech tools, they're things that I can use in the classroom, and they're ways to enhance learning or get students involved and get them to use technology so that they aren't like me and are scared to try new things or try new forms of technology or apps and stuff like that. Digital citizenship, it's something that I realized I never really thought of how it affects my future classrooms. I we always grow up learning that what you post is going to affect you and things like that, but I never seen my role as an educator in protecting the digital citizenship of my students and using things like the digital citizenship continuum to help them understand the proper way to use technology or things like that. E-portfolios, I think that's another great idea for future classrooms, to have students create their own e-portfolios and share their learning, and also look at what other people are learning. And also Creative Commons. Throughout my schooling, we never ever were told that we had to cite pictures, and I think that that's important. I think that giving credit to where it comes from, and I think that Creative Commons is a great site to use in the classroom and also to use with the digital citizenship continuum, in the sense that we're teaching students how to use technology responsibly. Things I never expected to learn: coding. Whenever I think of coding, I think of like really smart people that can code like websites and hack into things, and I never ever seen myself coding. And although I don't really understand it completely, I have a better idea of it now, and I don't think I'll be coding anything anytime soon, but it was something that I didn't expect to learn. And also the things that benefit me as a person, a lot of those things I didn't expect to learn, because I didn't expect to learn things that would affect me as a person. I thought that a lot of these things would be things that I could learn how to teach because it's an education class, or how to incorporate things into my classroom, but I didn't think they would affect me as a person. So things that I learned that will benefit me as a person: the learning project, for two reasons. Because first of all, I learned Portuguese, so that will help me hopefully in the future. But also because the whole learning project, the point of it was to learn something online. And like I said before, I wasn't really using technology to learn anything. And so now I see how technology can be beneficial in learning things. And also I like to watch other people's learning projects and see how they're learning or things they're doing. And I think that it's really, this process has helped me be more aware of how I can be a lifelong learner. I always thought when I see people like knitting or something like that, that it's really cool that we have technology that we can just learn these things now. We don't need someone to teach us. We can just go on the computer and there's like a million teachers that you can just learn it. And I think that that's really great. And Feedly is another thing. I don't just use it for education things. I've been using it a lot to catch up on news or things that interest me. And I like Feedly because you can subscribe to a bunch of different people, and it will all be in one place. You don't have to go to a bunch of different sites to read their articles. And so I think it saves me a lot more time, and I really like that. Google Chrome, like I said before, I wasn't using Google Chrome, I was using Internet Explorer. And since using Google Chrome, I have been using things like Google Doc and the extensions and things like that a lot more. And I don't know how I went so long before without using it, honestly. Creative Commons, like I said before, I've never cited pictures that I took from the internet or anything like that. And now I've gotten better at it. I didn't know really how to at the beginning, but now through Creative Commons I've gotten better at that. And also social justice.